Everyone, we're back for another battle report, doing an incursion match, because my Necrons are here. So I got these guys all painted up, very excited to get our first game in with them, not just for the channel, but on a whole. I'll be doing another one against my Tyranids. That'll be obviously myself, playing against myself, but more just to get some experience with the Necrons and provide some entertainment for you as well. So it's 1,000 points with the Mephrit dynasty. I have an Overlord with the Tacyon arrow relic, the Arrow of Infinity. Then I have a Royal Warden, 3 Skorpek Destroyers in the elite slot, along with 3 Spyders. I built these out of the Reanimators, as I've heard the Reanimators are garbage. 20 Warriors with the Gauss Flayers, and then 20 with the Blasters. Or I think that's what it's called. There's going to be a lot of probably mispronunciations and I was saying the wrong name, but getting used to a new army. One thing I'm trying to do as well is I'm really trying to play this army from scratch, learn the moat, and I haven't been reading too much online about what's good and what's not. Really want to get a feel for this army on a whole. I mean, obviously, I read about the Reanimators because I want to build a decent army that, again, will give a good game and be fun to play on the table. So that is 1,000 points of Necrons. Oh, and the Overlord has the Thrall, the Silent King for the Warlord trait. He's the Warlord. That's it.
Right, we got 1,000 points of Salamanders, pure Salamanders this time. In my HQ slot, I have my Primaris Librarian with his Drakeskin and Fire Shield. And then I have my Lieutenant with Teeth of Terra. I also have Purgatoris on the Librarian, I forgot. Librarian's also my Warlord, I didn't say that. And then in my troop choices, I have 3 squads of 5-man Tactical Marines. These 2 squads on the left have Flamers, and then this squad right here has a Melta as their special weapon. And then into my elites, I have my aggressors with their Flamestorm gauntlets, and my Blade Guard veterans and the Blade Guard Ancient. And then for my heavy slot, I have Dreadnought with a Heavy Plasma and Heavy Flamer, and a 3-man squad of Eliminators. I was tempted to bring their Las Fusils for extra hit and AP and damage, but I figured I'm going against Necron Warriors who only have a wound 1, so I'm not too terribly worried. Alright, that is 1,000 points of Salamanders.
All right, everyone, here's the battlefield we are playing on today. It is, as I mentioned, an incursion match. We are playing Center Ground from the GT 2020 mission pack. So this deployment's kind of a weird one to set up. So again, we adapted the map size just to kind of fit the terrain and the setup that we had, just so it best worked. So we have an objective here. Deployment zones is from there across right to the middle of the table. So that zone, and then here, right down to there and over. So objective here, 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 and here. For secondaries, for the Necrons, I chose While We Stand, We Fight, which would be my Warriors, Spyders, both Warriors and the Spyders. Purge the Vermin, which I thought was a good one. It seemed decent from the Necron Codex, so it's a fun part of a new army, get to relearn all the objectives. I'm very comfortable playing Tyranids and knowing what objectives the army can perform very well. So exciting to see how I do with the Necrons. And then I took Assassinate because there's 3 characters, and I thought, why not? And then for the Salamanders, I took Pierce the Veil, Center Ground, which is the mission specific one, so controlling this objective and doing an action. If you control both, you get extra points. Control one, I think you get 3 points. Control both for 5. And Osamoant. So that is it. We're going to roll off, find out who gets to choose their deployment zone. I got my new Necron dice. I've practice rolled, and they've kind of let me down, but let's see. 3 to a 5. So, all right. So Salamanders get to pick their zone, and then we'll come back after deployment has happened. Nothing in reserves for either of us, I don't think. Nope. And full 6 CP on both sides, I think. 5 CP. 5 for Salamanders. All right, everyone, we have deployed. So Salamanders with their roll-off win. selected this side, so we'll go over their army or their units first. Blade Guards with the Ancient right there, Tac Squad underneath, Eliminators hiding right through the crack there. We got the Dreadnought, Aggressors, Tac Squad, Lieutenant, the Librarian right there with the other Tac Squad. Opposing is the Gray Tide of Necrons. Destroyers right there, Warriors posed to fly forward. Three Spyders altogether. Warden right in the middle. Other Warrior squad there. The Lord in front, because if I get first turn, I can walk with these Warriors. If I'm able to kill off all of these guys, I can Tacyon arrow that guy, and he doesn't have an invul, we confirmed. Big if, because the roll off for first turn. Let's see it happen. Here we go. First game of the Necrons. Very excited about this.
You get first turn.
I do. Oh, the Necrons. Forget the Tyranids. Newer primary army. Just kidding. But we're, just 1 second, buddy. One thing we were saying too that's interesting about this game, and will be about the Necrons with the way I plan on learning them, is I know very well what his army is capable of. He doesn't know what mine is, and I also don't really know what mine is capable of. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see. So like I kind of know what to expect from him. On a whole, he has a general idea of with my units, but even I may not know the best exact role for them, but we'll find. So here we go, Necrons. Turn 1. All right, that's movement done for the Necrons. So Warrior squad moved up here, getting all in range of the Blade Guard, ready to shoot them with their assault weapons. Skorpeks flew forward, ready to make a charge into these Tac Marines. I was going to shoot them with the Warriors, but I focused on the Blade Guard as much as I can. Spyders flew, over that way. They're in range to fire in at the Eliminators. Then over this way, all the Warriors moved up, getting positioned. So pretty much all of them can shoot at the Tac Marines right there. So hopefully that should be enough damage, using some stratagems to take most of them out. And then hopefully I can use my Tacyon arrow to clean up the Librarian. So that's it. We'll come back after the shooting and see what it looks like. Folks, that ends Necron's turn 1. So impressive show so far, taking all but one of the Blade Guards from the firepower from all these guys. Over this way, the Warriors, I spent a total of 4 CP, or sorry, 3 CP to get the D3 mortal wounds, D3, the extra 3 mortal wounds. I'm so bad. I'm going to restart. So I spent 3 CP using the Mephrit one to get mortal wounds on a 6 up to 3 mortal wounds is what I was trying to say. Used the other one where 6s are an extra hit, and another one for the 6s wound, and killed these guys, the Tac Marines, down to a man, and then Tacyon to arrowed with the Overlord, and used my stratagem to automatically wound the target. So that's it. So Warrior taking out Warriors taking out the Tac Marines and eliminating the Librarian. So we got some charges about to go down with the Skorpek, so we'll roll that on camera, but I need to measure up the distance. So it's a 7 inches needed. I'm going to grab 2 dice here. So here we go. These guys are going to go with the Tac Marines lurking on the other side of that wall. And they made strong showing by the Necrons. So we'll go in, resolve that combat, and come back after that. All right, folks, that ends Necrons turn 1. So in here, the Skorpek's dealing tons of damage, killing off all but one of those guys, and engaged these snipers as well to prevent them from shooting. Lost a wound in return, but did a ton of damage there. Positioned enough that I think that guy's just in range of the objective. I think we're actually both holding it very close. He has a troop choice, so he will hold that if anything. But anyway, that's it. So for Necrons, for points, while we stand, obviously still stands, getting 3 for Assassinate. Purge the Vermin doesn't take into play until next turn, but good start so far for the Necrons. But the Salamanders still have a ton of their elite units that can hit hard and fast, especially with the aggressors standing firm in the back there. So we'll come back after the Salamanders movement on turn 1. That's the end of Salamander movement. Blade Guard coming ahead, ready to come in and help the boys out in there. The Dreadnought is moving forward along with the Ancient. Over this way, the aggressors moved over with the Tac Squad, getting ready to dump into the Warriors. And did these guys stay in combat, or did they?
They have to stay in combat, otherwise they can't do anything.
What about that Marine? I don't know. He's going to stay there.
Yeah, he'll stay.
All right. So that's it for a movement. We'll come back after shooting. That ends shooting for the Salamander. So over this way, reanimation protocol is coming into play, really keeping these guys alive. Only losing one from fire from the Dreadnought with the Flamer. Over this way, a Spider took 3 wounds thanks to the plasma cannon from the Dreadnought. Over this way, did take a fair amount of casualties with the aggressors firing in, spending some CP for Crucible Battle and the max hits Flamer stratagem. However, thanks to reanimation protocols, they stood strong, then took a couple extra wounds from the Marines over there. But on a whole, reanimation really coming into play. So chipping the Necrons down for sure, but it is still a walking tide coming. So we're going to move into some charges here, come back and see what it looks like. That ends Necron's turn, or sorry, not Necron's turn, Salamander's turn. So getting a huge charge over here. I think he got 10 inches on that. 12. So 12, right, yeah. And it was a long haul charge to begin with. I really should have pulled from the back. That was 100% an error on my part. I was hoping just to keep them close, move forward and really take advantage of the Mephrit strategy, or the Mephrit thing to take out these guys. So tactical play on my part, I'm aware of that. And over here, Skorpek Destroyers wiped out. However, I fought before I died. I interrupted, and it was worth it because I dropped the Dreadnought down to 3 wounds, and then also killed the last Blade Guard. It was at the cost of all their lives. But that's okay. Still lots standing. Did pretty well, all things said and done. So points-wise for the Space Marines, scoring 1 for Oaths. That's it. And the action was also started for the Lieutenant, who's hiding right in there for the center ground. So we'll come back after Necron's turn 2. That ends Necron movement, so trying to recover from my blunders. Messed up again here, positioning wise. I had him without outside of the range to give them that extra bonus, even with having my Thrall, the Silent King. So again, just kind of getting used to the army here. These guys moved over this way to get ready to take care of them. Their shooting still able to reach over here. I am now into the Undying Legions, which gained me back 2 wounds with Living Metal on that Spider. Lord moved over this way. These guys moved back because they're worth points to me. And that's that. So we'll come back after shooting and see if I can do a bit of damage here. Oh, and scoring only 5 for primary. So very good job by the Salamanders denying me on this objective and on that one. So, and actually, I think that was the other thing too. Had I have pulled from the front, I mean, the 12-inch charge was pretty big, but I think you would have actually taken me off of that objective no matter what for having to pull all the models back. So good play either way on the Salamander's part. So we'll come back after shooting phase is done. I eliminate the Dreadnought quite successfully with all these guys. Killed off the Eliminators, actually. The Royal Warden coming in clutch doing that. I shot all of these guys into that one ancient. 10 wounds, I think it was. 9, and made all 9 3-ups. I was hoping just to chip them away because there's going to be some charging over here. Then over here, these guys are going to get charged by my Spyders. So we'll come back after that and see what it looks like. All right, that ends Necron's turn. So charge these guys, barely made it in, but denied that objective from him. Got it back to my side. Just there's enough warriors on that end to hold it. And over this way, the Spyders came in and convincingly chopped up those guys. And then I did my consolidate back this way, went in range of that objective, and denied him the action there. So denying some more points for the Space Marines. And I made sure when these guys charge in, this guy's within 6, so I can fall back and shoot next turn if need to be. So that is it for Necron's turn 2. So scoring only 2 for this quarter for my Purge the Vermin. Nothing for assassinating. I do need to kill this guy off over here, so a little bit of importance on him. And that's it. So we'll come back after Salamander's turn to movement. All right, so that's it for Salamander's shooting and movement. Not a lot happened for movement. So these guys moved over, obliterated my Spyders. Then we rolled to see if they explode, and they did, taking a wound off him. Then the one that was in range of his guy didn't blow up on him, of course. But that's it. So now he has to decide, are these guys charging my Lord? Which I'm okay with, because then these guys are right through there, along with my Warden. Are you going to charge? Or do you need to think about it? If you're going to think about it, we'll come back.
I'm going to do it.
He's going to do it. Okay. That's going to put him 7-inch charge with the, who is it, aggressors?
Yep.
The other guy's staying back.
Yep, so you can keep the objective.
Whoa. I see a 1 and a 3. And you do have no CP.
No CP.
Okay. All right. So that's it. So it's decided. So, I mean, I wanted the charge to go off, but we'll come back after Necron's turn 3. And for points, you got 3 for oaths. Is it per monster? We'll come back.
We'll revisit this.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll read it. So potentially scoring, guaranteed scoring some points, but we'll find out how much. Ends Necron's movement, so we're just, these guys got the ability from him to move and like leave, shoot, and then charge and shoot and whatnot. We did bump that terrain. They are within 6. We checked that before, and they held that. So scoring 15 for my primaries, and that's pretty much movement. Lord's coming over, and that's pretty much it. So we'll come back after shooting and potentially. So that ends the game. We're gonna call it here. These guys were both taken out from the Necrons. All that remains is the aggressors and the lieutenant. So just between both of them and me just having my guys here, and then also the Lord and these guys. I would just be ahead on secondaries. Good chance the Lord would kill that guy. And then these guys are here to just like slug forward. And if I get in range of that objective, I'll stop it. And also where I denied him primaries last turn, and I would also deny primaries this turn, there just wouldn't even be a chance to catch up. But overall, great game. Very fun to see the Necrons in action, see what they're capable of. And it was basically a slugfest all game long. So if the Salamanders went first, I feel like roles would probably be reversed, both taking heavy losses, but just getting a little edge from turn 1. So hope you're enjoying this. We're going to do a Tyranids and Necrons battle, like I mentioned before, just to kind of help me get used to the rules again. I'm sure I probably missed 1 or 2 things, but good game overall. Very excited to have another army to show you and play against the Salamanders. So that's it.